Yes, but
Basically what we want to do is kneel down. I'm going to move back so you guys can actually see me. I'm going to put a knee here, other knee out, just like a regular lunge, and we just want to start doing little circles with the knee. So you can take a hand, put it right on top, and I'm just going around, keeping my heel on the ground for a few circles. We're going to do 5 in one direction, 5 in the other, then we're going to switch sides.
yeah, that's 2, 3. Slow breaths the whole time.
5.
And 5. Good. And then switch direction. Nice and slow. Breathe into it. Drive that knee forward. Try keep the heel pinned down the entire time. That's it.
Good. Try to make really big circles. Make those last couple as big as you can make them comfortably. If you're feeling any pain, just back it off a little bit. All right. Come up. We're going to come up to standing here. Do a couple more standings.
Hi.
Hey, Lori, what's up?
Yeah, I had a little trouble. I guess I hadn't registered for today.
Well, you figured it out, though. It's good.
It's all good.
No, I just registered for last Wednesday and not for the series, so I had to do that. Are we standing up, Brian? Is that what I need to do?
Yeah, Lori, so what we just did is we were kneeling, and we did some knee circles here, so just 5 inside, 5 outside, if you want to start off with those.
Yep, and all you need is a long towel for today's workout. If you want to grab.
What's that?
Just to prep for it, too. Or like a workout towel or kitchen towel.
Will this work, or do I need an actual towel?
That should be fine. Yeah, it's just got to be a little bit wider than your shoulder, like an arm length.
Yep, okay.
Perfect. That's good.
All right. For everyone that has already done the half kneeling, we're going to come up to standing. We want a split stance here. We have one knee in front. We're just going to do 3 of the same movement standing up. Let your whole body shift into your knee. We're not lifting that heel. 3 inside, 3 outside. Switch legs. Really working on rotating. So as I come back here, I'm rotating my knee to point out that way, pointing towards my pinky toe, scooping in towards the big toe, and then coming back. I'm going to switch legs here. Rolling in. You might get some pops. My ankles are being a little loud. I don't know what they're going to be like in 20 years. We'll see. There we go. All right, if we're all good with that, we'll shake it out a little bit. Should be feeling maybe a little bit of effort in your quad here, right above your knee. Next thing we're going to go to is some ankle circles. So find your tripod in your feet. So we want to lift those toes up, set them down. We want to think about anchoring the toes into the ground, shifting your weight so you feel like you're not resting on your heels, you're not resting on your toes, but just somewhere in between. What we want to do is just lift this heel, right? So I'm going to push up, my knee comes forward, my weight stays centered between my feet. And I'm just going to start to do some easy ankle circles here. So we still have that knee movement going, but this time we're using the foot to lift. So we're going to roll towards the inside of the foot, push up off the ball of the foot, roll towards the pinky toe, and then set our weight down on the outside of that foot, and repeat that circle 3 times inside, 3 times outside. And we'll switch legs here. Sprain proof in the ankle here, trying to add a little bit of weight to some awkward positions that will help train the ankle to be able to handle that better. Cool. All right, if we're done with that, we got 3 inside, 3 outside. We're gonna stay standing up here. What we want to do is start balancing on one leg. So I'm gonna shift my weight to my left leg here. I'm gonna lift my right knee, comes to the level of my hip. I'm gonna scoot my leg out, still keeping my hips facing forward. So you're not trying to point your knee all the way to the side. Your knee is probably gonna only point off about 45 degrees. Set it down with my toe pointing out 90 degrees from my other foot. Lift it back up, back to center, and set it down. We're going to do, that was 1 rep. We're going to do 3 on each side. Back down. That's 2. We got 1 more on this side. Try to stick to my pace if you can. And breathe. Good, and switch sides. Try not to let your back arch here. You want to keep the hips tucked under so your glute here can still stabilize while you move. Lift, out. Note yourself, street sweepers are not good for video calls. Good. All right, once you got 3 on each side there, we're going to come back down on the ground here. So we want to come into this push-up position if you can. If not, totally fine. We'll just alternate from this kneeling position. So we start here. We want to work on almost like a mountain climber, but we're going to bring a leg up, get it as high up as we can comfortably, and settle a little bit of weight into that. We're going to do reps here. So we're going to come pull from the core to lift yourself up. Make sure you're not straining your back. Pull up, switch legs, settle into that and breathe. Take a breath. Just like that. We got 3 more on each side. You should feel your abs with every rep. If you're doing this from your knees, it's really the same movement. So we're going to be here. We can start here, lift, hop, and then set that knee down. So we're not spending quite as much time up in that plank position.
Perfect. Really try to feel that hip and the glute open up. Exhale into that movement. Feel the hip stretch. Nice and slow. Never go to as far as you can. Just go until you feel like about a good 50 to 60% stretch, and then come back up.
Awesome. We good on that one? Everyone's done their 3. Thumbs up. Oh boy, I need a wider camera lens. One day. Okay, so I know you guys can't see my feet, but just imagine this here, about hip width apart. So we want to do here, we're going to take one arm, we're going to do some reaches. So we're going to stretch out this whole side line of the body there. What we want to think about is pushing the hips. What's that?
Oh no, I'm just saying hi to Karen. Keep going.
Hi, Karen. So we're pushing the hip out to the side, and as we push the hip out, we're reaching over, trying not to let the hips come behind us, trying not to arch out to the front here, but we want to stay as in line as we can. So we're keeping shoulders over the heels. Remember, don't fight for the goal of getting somewhere, but look for the feeling of that stretch here, right? So the position is not the goal, the feeling is the goal. So we're breathing out, coming back in, and I'm bringing that arm down, out. Two more on this side. Awesome little morning stretch we can do. Switch sides.
Yep, and really try and drive that hip to the side of the body. Like reach the hip towards the wall and then reach the hand to the opposite side of the body.
If you want a little extra on this one, you can reach both hands out like goalposts if you feel like doing a little yoga this morning. Cool, take a breath here. Should feel nice and opened up. Maybe your spine moves a little bit better. Last thing we're gonna work on for this warm up here is gonna be some shoulder carves, right? So we wanna do, we're still standing. We're gonna reach this arm, start my right arm. We're gonna reach down, right? So I should feel my lat kick in on my right side here. I'm reaching down, not to the point where my body dips, but we're still staying level, just feeling that lat kick in. From there, we're gonna carve out as big a circle as we can. We're gonna reach down, scooping forward, feeling the shoulder blade move, reaching forward. We're gonna get a little bit of rounding in your upper back, so I'm kind of looking like that. I'm really reaching, opening up your thoracic spine. Coming all the way up, again, carving out as big a circle as I can. Can't go any higher than that. And then as soon as I hit this stopping point, I'm going to turn my palm out, away from me. Continue to drop my shoulder down, pulling from my back. And coming back down to where I started, palm facing across my body. We're going to reverse it. Palm faces across the body, extend the shoulder back. As soon as we can't go any further, I'm going to turn my palm up, and then I'm going to continue and really try to push that range of motion. And then make sure we're paying attention to your core here, because your core is going to want to do that because you're trying to reach with your arm. Knit your ribs in, keep your ribs stacked on top of your hips, and carve out that circle in the other direction. Good. One more back, one more forwards. Do that movement every day, and I promise your shoulders will start to feel better. Switching sides. There we go. All right, shake it out. Everyone good on that one? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. If I can see everybody's thumbs. There we go. Cool. I can see thumbs. Sweet.
Cool. I'll run them through the activations real quick.
Yep, sounds good.
Alrighty, so for the second section, so first one, we just released everything. Now we're gonna activate all the big muscles within the body. So we're gonna first start with activating the deep core muscles. So everybody lie down on your back. You're gonna scoot down over here, feet flat on the ground so the knees are bent. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna tuck the chin down into the collarbone. You're gonna exhale so that you're pinning that chin into the collarbone. Keep exhaling until you feel the ribs pin into the body. And then from here, keep the chin pinned as you lower your neck back down to the ground. So deep breath in on the way down. Exhale, pull the chin down into the collarbone, look down between your legs, keep exhaling up, and use your deep core muscles to lift the body as high as it naturally wants to go. Exhale, come back down, back to neutral. Let's go for two more. Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the chin down, breathe out, feel the ribs pull into the body. The lower back should be flattening into the ground. Breathe in as you're coming back. Two more times. Breathe. Exhale, tuck the chin. Breathe out, flatten the ribs into the body all the way through until your body naturally wants to lift. Feel the core. Come back down. One more time. Deep breath in. Look down. Exhale. Flatten the ribs. From here at the top, keep that position. Now all you're going to do is bring the knees up to the chest and hold it there without any support of the hands. Now you're going to lift the arms up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to take another deep breath in. Exhale. pull the knees towards the elbows without anything moving. Feel the deep core muscles fire. Slowly back down and to the ground. We're going to reverse that one more time. So deep breath in, arms up into the ceiling. Exhale, tuck the chin, reach up towards the ceiling like you're reaching your hands all the way up as high as possible. Then bring the knees up towards the chest like you're curling into a ball. Feel the lower back round into the ground. Feel the core. Slowly back down. Woo, should be feeling a little bit of a burn over there. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the chin, bring the knees up to the chest, and reach up to the ceiling so your tailbone and your shoulders are hovering off the ground, so it's only the lower back that's touching the ground. Slowly back down and relax. Cool. So now we're gonna flip over onto hands and knees. So in the quadruped position, all we're gonna do is a segmental cat-cow. So we're gonna first start by moving the upper body first. So we're gonna tuck the chin down to the chest, push your hands into the ground, and notice you're lifting up the upper body towards the ceiling. Inhale on the way down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, chest drops down to the ground, and head goes up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, reverse that, chin down, push away from the ground, lift, 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 lift. Only the upper body moves. As inhale on the way down, squeeze shoulder blades back, head up towards the ceiling. One more time, tuck the chin, push away from the ground, all the way through, reach the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Inhale on the way down, squeeze the shoulder blades, chest down towards the ground, and head up. Perfect. Come back to neutral. Now we're gonna do the lower back. So all we're gonna do from here is start with a neutral back. So think that you can balance a cup of water on your back. This time you're gonna inhale and you're gonna tuck the tailbone under like a little scared puppy with the tailbone, with the tail tucked between the legs. So the back is rounded, and then exhale, only move the lower body so the butt tucks up like a cat's tail pointing up towards the ceiling. So notice the chest doesn't move too much. You're just moving through the pelvis, rounding the back and opening the back. Perfect. One more time, tuck under and pull back. Good. So now in this position, all we're gonna do, stack your shoulders directly over the wrist, stack your knees directly under the butt, and all you're gonna do is elevate the knees an inch above the ground and hover it there and take 5 full breaths. So breathe, exhale, pull the belly button into the body and think that you're just squeezing the core as hard as you can. And maybe if you can, think that you're pulling your hands and your feet towards each other. Good, just a couple more breaths. Breathe, exhale, and pull a little bit harder. Feel the deep core, feel the shoulders, feel the hands engage with the ground. Keep the knees hovered and slowly down. Awesome, cool. We're gonna do one quick glute activation and then we'll move on to the workout. So, on the back again, feet flat on the ground. You're gonna take a deep breath in. Exhale, you're gonna pull your heels towards the butt a little bit. So it's almost like you're dragging your feet down towards the butt. So slight pull, you can feel the hamstrings, and then drive the butt up towards the ceiling and clench the butt cheeks as hard as you can while you're flattening the ribs, right? So breathe in on the way down. Exhale, pull your heels towards you, squeeze the butt, and flatten the ribs. So think heels, butt, ribs. Inhale on the way down. Exhale, squeeze butt up, clench the butt cheeks at the top, feel the core engage all the way down. Let's go for 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale, drive the glutes up towards the ceiling, flatten the core, and drag your heels towards the butt. One more time. Breathe. Exhale, pull, squeeze, and flatten. Slowly back down. All right, cool. Everything should be pretty activated right now. We're gonna move onto the workout section. Everybody good to go? 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs up. Sweet. Let's do it. Back to Ryan.
All right. All right, so first thing we're going to start with, those of you who know me know my favorite movement. We're going to start with a RDL, right? So basically the RDL, very
Frank,
simple.
can you tilt the camera down a little bit?
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, you don't need to see my face, that's fine. All right, so RDL basically very similar to a deadlift, but we're just moving from the hips. So imagine that we're standing on the edge of a cliff. We're gonna look over a cliff without falling, right? So standing there, we don't want our weight too far back on the heels. I know, right? We still want to see over the cliff because we're weird humans and we always want to see what death looks like. So shifting a little bit of weight towards the ball of the foot. I'm looking over that cliff. What we're looking for is a little bit of lengthening in the hamstrings, right? So we feel a little stretch there. And we're not focused on touching the ground. We're just focused on that stretch. From there, we're basically going to press into the ground to stand up straight, right? We're not thrusting the hips way forward. We're just coming back up to stand straight, squeeze the butt at the top. So on the bottom of that deadlift, we're going to reach our hands forward just like that. And then come back up. Pull the hands back, drop the shoulders down, squeeze your lats, hold those palms up, and back down. So we're going to go 4 seconds down, 3 second hold, and then 2 seconds back up. So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and back up. Just like that. Squeezing those lats at the top. We're going to do 4 of those here. So 3 more. Breathing. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Just like that. Good. There we go. Get 1 more there. All right. We're going to do that same pacing. That tempo is going to be a constant through all of today's workout. So next movement we're going to work on, if you want to grab your towel just to have it nearby just in case, we're going to go ahead and start with some push-ups. So we can either do push-ups from our regular push-up position, or you can come down to your knees, right? So we're going to go 4 seconds down, 3 second hold, 2 seconds back up, or whatever pace back up you can do. So I'm going to go regular push-up here. Glutes tight, hips tucked under, just like that glute bridge. Chin pulled back. I'm going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Good. We got 3 more. Down. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And back up. 2 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Maybe shaking a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. And back up. Nice work. Getting hot. All right. Next thing we want to do, we're going to start with a regular squat here. If you have a weight nearby, go for it. I know we didn't mention to grab that, but regular squat, find a comfortable distance for your feet here. We're going to sink the hips down, keeping the heels in the ground, pushing your knees towards the outside of your feet so that your elbows can fit nicely in the inside of your knees. Go as deep as you can comfortably. Press back up. We're going to follow our same tempo. Ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Find some tension. 3, 2, 1. And back up. We got 3 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Last 2. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Nice. Last one. 4.
Yep.
3.
You're pulling yourself down towards the ground instead of just dropping your butt.
2, 3, and back up. Nice work. All right.
Stuff.
We got our towel here. So this one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to come down kneeling. You need something to put your knee on. Go grab that. But grab that towel towards the ends. If I have my thumbs here, I want my thumbs just outside of my shoulders. So what I want to do, start with this towel over my head. So make sure when we go overhead, we want to do the best we can not to arch our back, right? We want to stay as straight as we can. So I got my butt tight, squeezing my ribs in, using a core to stabilize. So from there, I'm going to rip this towel apart above my head by dropping my shoulders down, and I'm using all the muscles in my back to pull right there. So I'm going to go pulling apart, keeping that tension, coming down to my chest, and then pressing out in front of me, keeping that same tension. 3 seconds out, 3 seconds back. Maintain that tempo. That was 1 rep.
Yep. Make sure you're squeezing nice and hard with the hands. Make sure you're putting more tension onto the pinky and the ring finger, squeezing that towel so you can get more triceps in there. Yep. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way out. There we go. Keep pulling towards you as you're pulling the towel apart.
There we go. We got 2 more here.
Whew. There's a lot of stuff happening in there.
It's a burner. Good. Rock. Ooh, that's burn. That one burns a little bit. I like it. And then don't worry about switching legs just yet here. We'll get around to that on the next one. So, all right, last one for this round. We're going to come back to that beast position that we had in the warm-up. So we got hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and then from there, scoot it all just a tiny bit closer together. So if this is under hips, under shoulders, I'm going to scoot my hands back so that we're just a hair closer together. We're going to lift from the core 2 steps to the side. So we're 1, 2. Do 1 if you have the space. 1, 2. Good. So that's 1 rep. We're going to do 4. 1, 2.
Yep. Try to keep the knees nice and even, so it's just hovering an inch above the ground the whole time. Make sure you're breathing. There we go. If you need to keep the knees down, you can totally do that. But the whole idea is to try to keep the hip as even as possible. Yep.
There we go.
Awesome.
All right, grab some water if you want it.
So that was the first round. We're going to repeat that 2 more times, I believe. We got time for that. Oh, we got plenty of time for that.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
How's everybody feeling so far? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Good? Sweet. All right, take a break. So the second set, we're going to run through it just a little bit faster, and we can change the tempo if you like. So it'll probably be 3 seconds down instead of 4 seconds. And then we might be able to increase or decrease the rep depending on how you feel. So make sure you're not going till failure. Just save 1 or 2 reps in the tank so that you can keep going through the workouts and stuff without completely dying.
Not completely.
All right, cool. Shake it loose a little bit. Move the shoulders around, move the arms. Perfect.
Alrighty.
All right.
So if you want to make this RDL a little bit tougher, you can go ahead and grab that towel, and we'll use that to push overhead. Not quite as much tension, but just try to keep it straight, right? We don't want it sagging in the middle. Do the best you can just to keep that straight. So same thing, RDL. Gripping the ground a little bit, just anchoring those toes, holding this towel at about chest level. As I come down, I'm looking over the cliff. I'm pushing the towel out front, keeping just a little bit of tension, right? Not a ton. And then coming back. 3 seconds out. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Just like that. Yeah. 3 more.
Make sure that you're leaning over your foot. So try and pin the ball of the feet towards the ground. So you're tilting forward more, like you're looking over a cliff. So you reach the upper body as far forward as you can, and you reach the butt as far forward as you can. There we go. So once you feel like you're almost about to fall over from the toes, but your whole foot stays flat. Nice, good. Couple more. Exhale through, reach, breathe on the way down. Keep leaning forward. Exhale and come back. Nice, very good.
Hey, all right. Everyone's favorite. We got some push-ups. All right. So if you did, same thing. So if you need to do this on your knees, totally fine. We're gonna keep a three down, 2 hold, 1 up tempo. So if we're on your knees, just make sure that when you come up to the top, we're not coming up to this position. We want to keep your hips in, right? So 3 down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and back up. All right, we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, back up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, back up. Good. We got 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, back up. Last 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, back up. Good. Take a second there. All right. So we're going to come back into our squat again. So if you have any knee pain at all, we're going to keep the same squat. Again, grab a little bit of weight if you want. But anyone with knee pain, we're going to keep this squat. Anyone that wants to give this one a shot, we're going to do a little frog squat here, right? So frog squat, basically we're going to keep our hips over our ankles. We're going to drop the knees forward as far as we can comfortably and come back up. Same tempo, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. There we go.
So notice the heels do come up, and the whole idea is to lift the heels as high as you can and stay balanced so that your toes are bending, but you're still using the glutes and the quad to push you up. Breathe, try to keep the body nice and tall. Yep, bend from the toes and the butt. Yep, and then push off with the quad and find the butt cheeks at the top.
There we go. All righty. All right, so we're going to go back to our towel pulls here. Switch knees from the one you had down before. Right over here. All right, so we're going to do 4 reps total. 1 horizontal, 1 vertical is 1 rep. So starting in front of my chin, coming up, pulling that towel harder than we did for the RDL, right? Really trying to rip this thing apart. Feel that tension between your shoulder blades. Pull and breathe. Out when you press away. In when the towel comes towards you. 1 rep. One more. There we go. All right, we got last little piece here. We got some beast crawls. All right, this time with our beast crawl, we're gonna make a little box. We're gonna go up, left, backwards, and right, right? So it's 1 step up, one left, one back, one right. So it's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 boxes each direction.
Try and slow it down. Keep as level as possible. Try to keep the knees nice and low. It just hovers an inch above the ground. Think that you're balancing a glass of water on your back and you're trying not to spill it. Super slow. And keep breathing. The more you can control this movement, the more you can own it.
Nice.
Sweet. Nice. That was 2. Everybody good so far still? All right. Catch your breath. We can maybe do a quick little breathing reset. So just all lie down on the back.
Karen, I saw your comment in the chat. Was that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So we're just going to lie down on the back real quick. You're going to bring the knees up to the chest, arms straight up, just like the baby hold that we did. And then from here, try and just lift that tailbone slightly off the ground so you can feel a tiny little bit of core muscles happening. So try not to like brace. You want to just teach the body that, hey, the core can work without having to brace so hard. So even if it's just like 5 or 10% activation here, that's perfect. Let's teach the body how to breathe in this position. So just breathe into the stomach and then exhale and just draw in maybe just 5 or 10% more. The whole idea is to teach the core that it can fire without having to be so tight the entire time. Because when we're walking around, when we're sitting, when we're doing stuff, the core doesn't have to be on, it just needs to be active. There's a difference between being fully braced and it just passively working without as much effort. So just 5 more breaths. So just breathe in, into the stomach, exhale. Do it at your own pace. We'll just do it for a few more breaths. If you feel like you're gripping too hard, you can always reduce the tension. If you feel zero tension, you can always pull the knees up just a little bit more. A couple more breaths. Exhale, draw the hip towards you just a tad. One more time, breathe. And then the last time, as you exhale, use the deep core muscles to slowly lower the legs down towards the ground. So you don't want to just drop the foot. You want to place the foot gently with the core. Nice and slow. Yes, there we go. So this is something that we typically don't think about. When we're lifting the legs, we usually use the hips to do all the job instead of using the core to do that. So if we just fire the core to use that to bring the legs up, you're gonna have less hip tension and better core activation. Sweet. All right, let's do one more set of everything and then we'll do a nice little cool down. Man, we're making good time.
Heck yeah. All right, finishing it off here. So we've done the regular RDLs here. Grab your towel or not grab your towel, whatever you want to do. So we've been here. We're going to shift to one leg, right? So everyone start out, 1 foot placed behind the other, right? So we got a staggered stance here. We're stacked hips over this ankle, balanced over my front foot. I'm going to drag just like I'm looking over that cliff. Same exact movement, allowing my back knee to bend, but still letting it stabilize. So here we're loading this hip. I'm loading my left hip here and then pushing through the ground, standing straight up. If you feel really comfortable with that back leg there, give it a shot. Lift it up, right? Try some balance, but feel free to keep this down if you want. So I'm going to come down, 3, 2, 1. We got 3 on each leg, so 2 more. 2, 3. Come back up. I like to breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. Very, very valuable movement for teaching your hip to work in conjunction with the knee, core, everything. I'm going to switch legs here.
There we go. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Pay attention to the breath. The more you can pay attention to that, the more stable your body will become. Nice open chest on the way down. Exhale all the way through, full lockout at the top. Lockout means that the legs completely straighten, the butt cheek is clenched, and the chest is tall at the top. Yes, there we go. Nice, slowly down. Yep, and keep a nice straight back on the way up.
There we go.
Right.
Good job.
Stuff.
Open those collarbones.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right, sweet. All right, we're coming back down to that push-up when we're ready. Give a few more seconds here. There we go. All right, shake out those shoulders a little bit. Last set, we got 4 push-ups. 3 down, 2 hold, 1 up. Get these done. Going down, 3, 2, 1. Back up. Sorry, I forgot the hold. My bad, guys. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2.
And exhale
Back
up.
up.
Yep, so think breathe in, down, exhale, back up. When you think about the core, as you're exhaling up, think that you're pushing air down into the body. It's like a French press, like you're exhaling and you're squeezing air down to the bottom, crushing that coffee. You can use the core to crush coffee, I guess.
Crush coffee. There we go.
Next.
All right, we're coming back to that squat. So we've done the regular squat. We've done our little frog squat here. If you want, both of those are still options, right? Anyone that wants to, we're going to try a split stance. We're going to do the same exact type of movement where we're pushing the knee forward, allowing the heel to lift, and then coming back up. So keeping that foot behind you, keep that glute tight. Try not to extend at your back. So keep your core involved here. But we're just trying to introduce a little bit of force. There, train your knee to deal with that. Four on each side if you're doing split, 8 total if you're not.
So as you're reaching that knee forward, you still want to pay attention to where the butt is. Try to keep the butt back just a little bit. So you're bending more from the ankles than from that knee. There we go. Yep, keep driving the butt back a little bit more. So knees forward, butt back just a tad. There it is. Yep, and make sure that you're using the muscles. If you feel too much in the joint, I recommend go back into a lunge position. You definitely want to get more of the front quad muscles working than the knee joint itself. Perfect.
Sweet. All righty. So we're going to grab that towel again when you're ready. Take your time, get your last reps, don't rush through it. Nice. Make sure that when you go push the knee over your toes that you can see your big toe across the inside of your knee. So we don't want this knee collapsing in. We want to be able to see at least your big toe so that the knee is staying over the foot there. So when we're ready, point this thing up a little bit. So this time, instead of being down in that half kneeling position, we're going to stand up. We're going to try this out here. So tension on the towel, lifting over the head. Keep this core engaged. Tuck the hips under. Breathe. So we're going to breathe out. In, come down. Breathe out, push away. Keeping that tension, ripping the towel apart. One rep, we got 3 more. Nice. 2 left. Even at the top of that rep, don't let that tension go.
Yep. Try to keep that same tempo the entire time.
Good. Last one.
There we go. Squeeze the towel with your hands. Perfect. Yep.
Nice job. When you're done with it, get rid of it because we probably hate that towel by now. There you go. All right, we're coming back down to the ground last time with the beast hold. We're going to do that box. Again, same thing. We're going to go 2 times one way, 2 times the other way. So up, left, back, right, twice, and then reverse it.
There we go. Try to keep the butt nice and low so the knees are hovering above the ground. Slow breaths the entire time. Control that movement. Make it as smooth as possible. Connecting the brain to the body, trying to tell it what to do. There we go. When in doubt, lean over the hands just a little bit more so you're more stable. Yes, there we go. And then straighten up the elbow as you're pushing through. Awesome. Good stuff. All right, whenever you're done, we'll come back, do a little cool down, and just mobilize the body a little bit. So we're just gonna take a seat. You're gonna bend the knees 90, just to like stretch the hips out just a tad. So after the crawls, let's mobilize the wrist a little bit. So all you're gonna do is find the wrist. You can squeeze between the joint itself. So you have the little wrist bone over here, squeeze between that, and then just shake the wrist loose a little bit. If you can move the fingers, you can use the other hand to shake it loose, like a Polaroid. All right, good, awesome. And then curl, draw big circles as you're squeezing the wrist. Yep, few rotations one way, few rotations the other way, and switch hands. Shake, 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 shake. Try to let go of the hand that's just, shaking around. Keep that as loose as possible. Good. Squeeze the fist. Draw nice little circles. And then switch direction. Awesome, good. Flip the legs around. Now you're just gonna interlock the fingers, draw nice big circles. So starting from the wrist, going one way, then we're gonna move the elbows along with it. Draw nice big circles, and then I move the shoulders and go all the way through as big circle as possible. So you're getting into the chest, getting into the spine, and then reverse it. Opposite way. Cool, let's do a little brain teaser. So while you're doing this, can you flip the knees over?
Ooh,
And
I
do
like
that again on the opposite side. Breathe. Let's flip that again. Oh my God.
Oh.
Keep the chest tall.
Left
There
side.
we go. If you need to move the feet, you totally can. One more time on each side. Open up, keep the chest tall, and switch sides. Awesome, cool. Shake it loose. We're gonna go into the kneeling position. All right, so what you're gonna do, take a deep breath in, breathe down into the low belly, and you're gonna exhale, keep pushing down, and you're gonna squeeze the butt at the top. Good, breathe in on the way down. Lean forward, reach the butt back. Sit as far as your knees are naturally comfortable. Get tall again. Exhale, push the air down, squeeze the butt cheek all the way through. Come back down, breathe in. And this time you're gonna stretch the upper body as well. So as you exhale, you're gonna be pushing up and then reach the arms up towards the ceiling, as tall as you can. Stretch, get long. I'm trying to get an extra foot, so just reach, 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 reach. Breathe in on the way down. Relax. One more time. Exhale. Push up, 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 up. There we go. So from here, since we're already elongated, now you're just gonna lean to one side. Take a couple of breaths over here. Exhale. See if your body allows you to go a little bit further. Come back up to the middle. Inhale. Exhale down until all the air is gone. One more breath here. Exhale, let it go. Come back and relax. Awesome, perfect. Let's come back into this position. And all we're gonna do is glide the neck forward and back a little. So you're gonna breathe in, neck goes forward. Exhale, pull the chin back, which pulls the upper body nice and tall to reset the muscles in the neck to keep us in a more upright position. Breathe in on the way forward. Try to keep that chin like parallel to the ground, and then exhale. Pull the chin as far back as you can, like there's a wall behind you and you're trying to align the back of your head against the wall. A couple more times. Breathe in forward. Exhale. Pull the chin all the way back. One more time. Nice slow breaths. Breathe down into the low belly and relax. Cool. Awesome. All right, from here, keep that chin tucked back. Look to the left. Rotate to the left. Look to the right. Rotate to the right. So eyes always go first, then the head follows behind it. So look to right, turn to the right, and keep looking behind you. Look to the left, turn to the left, keep looking behind you. Do that a couple more times, but this time we're gonna add an upper body rotation. So when you're looking to the right, turn your left hand over, reach, 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 reach. Look to the opposite side, turn, 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 turn. Let the body follow, rotate, 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 rotate. One more time on each side, turn and rotate. Feel the upper body open up, breathe into the low belly. Come back to the center, exhale, reach to the opposite side, and come back. Awesome. Sweet, now we're gonna lie on the back. Hug the knees into the low, hug the knees into the chest. And then kind of just let your knees drop so that you're not pulling with the hands, you're just letting it chill. And then from here, just think that you're breathing into the low belly and let everything relax. You can kind of just like wobble your body side to side. Focus on breathing into the low belly and exhaling into the low belly. Just shake things loose. Awesome, now you can draw circles with the knees. So you can go 5 clockwise, nice little circles, and then 5 counterclockwise. Awesome. Come back to the center when you're done with that. And remember what we did with the breathing reset. You're gonna find tautness in the low belly and utilize the core and the belly muscles to slowly lower the legs down to the ground. There we go. From here, it's gonna do a nice little breathing reset. You're gonna put one hand on the low belly, one hand on the chest. And all you're gonna do is think that you're waving as you're breathing. So you inhale into the low belly. As soon as that fills up, fill the air up into the chest. And as you exhale, low belly goes down and chest goes down. Try to relax the neck as much as you can. Breathe into the low belly, to the chest. Exhale to the low belly and the chest. Let's go for 5 more breaths. So breathe in, low belly to the chest. Exhale, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Even relax the tongue and the feet and go at your own pace. Nice, slow breath in, all the way through from the belly to the chest. Exhale from the belly to the chest. See if you can let your back go. Reset the hips if you need to. And just let all the muscles in your body let go with the breath. Take 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly turn to the side and come back off to a seated position whenever you're ready. All right. How's everybody feeling so far? Awesome. Cool. Let's try this. More intensity in the next workout, like double thumb. If this was already good, 1 thumb. If, yeah, this was awful, then 2 thumbs down. Awesome. Okay, so David would like a little bit more. Sweet. So we'll dabble with different variations to just make it a little bit more challenging next time as well. But then we'll have, like, let's say high intense and then middle, and then, yeah, different variations from there. Sweet. Sounds good. Thank you guys for joining. That was a fun one.